Thank you. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the October 27th meeting of the Board of Selectmen. We're just coming out of a short non-public and paperwork review. I'll stand for Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. First up is the review and approval of consent items. In tonight's consent folder, we have AP manifest for October 21st for $77,953.15. For October 28th for $73,201.11. We have payroll manifests for October 16th for $71,352.75. October 23rd for $72,462.88. And then for October 30th for $73,342.46. We have the September treasurer reconciliation. We have September town clerk reconciliation. We also have a purchase order, M2512 for $13,600, which is for the compact container that was approved last meeting for the recycling center. Anything you wish to withdraw, or I'll take a motion to approve, if not.
So made.
Motion made by Mr. Larry. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Queenan. All those in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries 5-0-0. Request for any additional items to be added to the business tonight? Nothing else? All right, no other business. Our first public input will occur no earlier than 6:45. Considering it's 6:45 now, I will open up for public input. Unfortunately, there is no public here tonight, so I will close the first public input. There's a second one at the end, towards the end, if there's anyone joins us. All right, first up in the business agenda is the minutes from October 13th. Everybody had an opportunity to read the minutes?
I have one change.
Okay.
Sorry. Page 10, where it says NRPC, it has a last sentence there. Let me just go down to page 10. I'm just going to read it. It says, "It was noted that attendance has been challenging due to difficulties addressing the meeting links." That's not for the NRPC one, it's for the one below it, the PFAS committee. If they can just move that second line to the last line of the PFAS committee, that's where it belongs.
Okay. Any other adjustments? All those in favor for the amended minutes? Say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries 5-0-0.
No,
Did we get a first and second there?
Sorry, 4-0.
Yeah, did we actually do a second?
I thought we already made a motion to
No,
approve.
I don't think we made a
Oh,
motion
okay.
either.
All right, so actually you
Make a motion to accept the amended minutes.
Well, wait a minute.
Second.
If we're gonna get all specific about the process, she amended it, her motion, was her amendment seconded? Yes?
You don't need a motion to amend.
I thought you had to have, if you make an amendment, so I thought you had to make amendments. So you're just withdrawing, just go back to the beginning. She made an amendment, we're gonna accept the amended minutes.
Yep.
All right,
That
so
was my
motion made by Mr. Larry, second by Ms.
Yep.
Eskey. Good? All those in favor to approve the amended minutes?
It was a moment.
Say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Abstain?
Something in the air
So
tonight.
4-0-1, yes, it was in there. All right, next up is the approval of non-public minutes for October 13th. I had a chance to review. Any changes? No changes, then we'll take a motion to approve.
So made.
Made by Mr. Leary. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Queenan. All those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, motion carries 4-0-1 with Mr. Gannon abstaining. Next up is a special event permit for the Turkey Trot, which is scheduled to be held on November 11th, starting at 2 to 3 p.m. Starting at Campbell High School, running down Albuquerque Ave.
Not the,
Literally.
Huh?
the 1st, November 1st.
It says November 11th.
On this, it says, on
I'm
the
looking at the procedure here.
special events application.
The one on the
Right
portal.
one? turkey trot? It says
November
11/1.
1st.
2 to 3 p.m.
Yeah, the form says, here it says 11th, but, okay. Do we know when it is then? Because November
The
1st
11th is Veterans Day, so I doubt
It's a
that the school
Tuesday.
would be in session.
Yeah, and the 1st is Saturday though, isn't it?
It would probably be on a Saturday then.
Yeah, I would think it'd be on a Saturday, so. No, first is Saturday, the 11th is a Tuesday, so I'd say it's probably the first.
We don't have the paperwork here in the,
It's right here, it says 11th on the paperwork, but then if I read the application, it says the 1st.
oh, okay.
So, again, just so we're all clear, I'm reading the event permit right here, it says the
Mm-hmm.
11th.
Okay.
But the paperwork does say the 1st. Let me just really quick, let me just check the school website and see if they have the date on there.
You have the guy's phone number,
Permit
call him up.
says-
Hey,
It is, it's gotta be the
Right down here,
1st. The
town
trick,
hall.
yeah, it's the 1st. All right, so paperwork's wrong, but that's okay. So, so we need to approve the event to be November the 1st from 2 to 3, starting at Campbell High School, running down Albuquerque.
Make a motion to approve the permit as stated on the portal for November 1st.
I will second that.
Okay, motion made by Mr. Leary, seconded by Mr. Gannon. Further discussion?
If it's different, we can always adjust.
No, I confirmed it on the website
Okay.
too, for the
the
schools.
1st.
It is the 1st.
So they probably just added a one,
I know you
Yeah.
did.
double tap.
Yeah, yeah. All right, so all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 500. So Mr. Rounds, if we could sign it.
You might wanna let police and fire know, or the road agent, that it's actually the first.
They already approved it. It's on the
I know, but they
1st.
might be
They- I'm looking at the paperwork. It says the 1st there too, so.
Okay.
But yeah, it's just whatever the top sheet is here was wrong. So that's what I was
I'm
looking at.
sitting there waiting for the renters and no one will show up.
Yeah, he didn't sign that. Thanks. All right, next is the 2026 proposed budget recap. So Ms. Klein is not here, but I can certainly give you, and Karen, you're here, obviously, if you want to cover it. But we did have an event, not an eventful, but we had a good meeting, the last meeting we had with the Budget Committee. They did reduce the budget again additionally by $5,300 overall. They took $1,300 out of the town meeting budget, which was basically for the tables and things we try to get for elections. They took an additional $2,000 out of IT specific around the computer, the 5 computer replacement line item. That's what their recommendation was. And then they took
Always gets hit.
I know. And then they took $2,000 bottom line out of the library. So $5,300 is what the final number is. So we are now $143,613 under the cap, if I'm reading this correctly. Which, as you know, one of the goals was to allow them to be able to approve the cruiser warrant and that kind of thing. So we definitely are in a good spot as it relates to that. They will take a look at the budget as it gets closer to other numbers coming in. I mean, they already have saw the Primex numbers. They've seen all the insurance numbers, but they'll definitely take another look at it as they get through the school budget. So that was sort of the highlight. Did I miss anything? That was
No,
everything,
that
right?
was pretty
We did
much,
highlight.
yeah, when they review warrant articles, they'll
Yeah.
take a look too at the budget, yeah.
And if you watched the meeting, they did, there were other requests to reduce in other areas where the committee wasn't in support of. So the committee, I think, as a whole, I think they understand that the town budget has been looked at many times by the board, by the department heads, and by everybody involved, and we really have cut it as much as we can cut it without impacting services. So, again, that does not mean they're not gonna look at additional potentially, but I think we did a lot of good things to help it get where we're at, so.
Yeah, I appreciate that. They understand the need for new cruisers.
Yeah.
But we're in desperate times.
So that was it. Is there any questions regarding the budget recap? Anybody have any feedback on how it's been going, or anything else we need to do differently? I mean, we're gonna have to start looking at selling the budget, obviously. We have to get it out to the people and let folks know what's really going on, but
Kim and I are gonna have a meeting. She was immersed in the budget last week and numbers that were just like way high over her head at that point, and,
Yep.
and then this week I was really busy, so when she gets back, and then she and I are gonna sit down and see if we can't do a
Good.
fireside chat type of thing.
I think that'll help. All
We're
right.
gonna try.
If there's nothing else on this topic, we'll move to the next one, which is the IT director contract, which at this point I'm going to step
back.
down. You can-
So this one we actually have been talking about for a while. As I said before, I would like to get this moved forward and signed off so we could have a solid number for the budget, obviously. If we can get the sign, then at least the budget committee would know where we stand for the next couple of years. Kim has gone out, done some comparisons, as you all have read. I think ours is a pretty good contract. Proposed salary is $684 per week for a total of $35,568 for approximately 25 hours per week. I believe our IT director has been, this is a solid number, and our current IT director has proven to be highly qualified with absolutely minimal issues and a high level of uptime, as well as commitment to his job. It's a 5-year contract, 2% every year, which is in line with all of the other contracts that we have for salary-based employees. And it'll start on January 1st, 2026, and run through January, it'll be the end of January, right? Effective January, it'll be the end of 2023.
2030?
2030, yeah. Oh,
So Steve,
that's too far away.
we talked this all through with Kim, and I asked her to make the changes to the contract, which she made based on the conversation we had.
Yep.
And I'm assuming she said that we were paying him too low based on,
Yeah, so, she did put something in there that the minimum salary is 27.36 or 63.
and what were we paying him?
I think our contract was 28,000 for, let's see, does that sound right? Karen was 28, right?
Yeah, I'll look.
She added wording in to look at it every year, to
Okay,
adjust it to that labor figure.
the labor
right?
figure
Yeah,
that
we
we
were-
were under it.
It
I know we
changes
were
every year.
significantly under it.
$22 an hour, 21.53 is what I came up with.
Okay,
And the minimum they're saying is 27, so it'll be a small jump. And I know our IT director really doesn't want the bump. He wants to save the money for the town. But in order to get this budget and contract sealed, this is what it is. I also think that we have to start increasing that so that we reduce the gap between when our IT director has decided to retire and step out of the position, when we bring somebody on board. If you notice, some of the numbers are, on average, twice. One of them for
And
Guilford is
more.
134,000, which is,
I
Okay.
started calling towns on that. Kim had actually already done it.
Yeah.
She hadn't shared it, but she had done it. But what I found out is that there's a lot of different ways towns are approaching this.
Yep.
They're having multiple levels of responsibility within that, and towns our size. So at this point, I still think we're well below.
and I know one of them, like Plymouth, it looks like they have an outside contractor. Being in this field, I'm very, very reluctant to rely on an outside contractor when our IT director has so much knowledge and dedication towards it. And what you often will get with an outside contractor is, I don't know what our severity level and our priority level will be with them. So if we had a major event, how long would they be on site? Typically with contractors, you get a, response in 2 hours, 4 hours, 8 hours, et cetera. So I don't know what this Plymouth's contractor has for an SLA agreement, but we're dealing with that now where I work with contracts and outside services, and
Yeah.
it's just been a huge struggle. And we can't have the town, fall offline for 4 to 6 hours.
Well,
because
Hudson was offline for, a week and a half last year.
of-
They got hacked.
Yep, they got
Um,
hacked.
and they spend 5 times, I believe, what we spend. Granted, they're a bigger town, but it's really important to have our security examined.
Other than that, the contract really hasn't changed too much. It is a 30-day voluntary termination between the employee and employer, and it's good, as I said, till December 31st, 2030. Any more discussion? Anybody want to talk?
Gen meeting somewhere?
Boy Scout, the Boy Scouts?
No, the Democrats meeting?
Oh,
Is it
Dems,
over
I
at
thought you,
the-
I
at the
thought you
fire
said
station,
Den.
maybe?
Fire station, is that across the?
Yeah.
It's right in the parking lot right up there. The one with all the pretty lights on it.
Okay, thank you.
I thought you said Den,
I thought you said
Scout Den.
So, let's open up this for discussion, thoughts?
I'm gonna be a bit of a fly in the ointment. I do think that there's a conflict of interest with the chairman of the select board being an employee of the town. I felt this way all along, and I just don't think it's proper. It would be like having the fire chief sitting there who's a part-time employee. It would be, you know, like having any other employee of the town. No, let me finish.
Yep, yep.
Right? And it's not personal, because I think as an IT director, he's done a fantastic job. I think as a selectman, he does a good job, but I don't think you can mix the two, because he's not only his own subordinate, he's his own boss. He's not only the town administrator's subordinate, he's also the town administrator's boss. Okay, that is, and like in this case here, anything to do with IT, we don't have a tie-breaking vote. And it's a conflict to me, and, I don't think I can support it because of that, because I think it's a conflict. I have to do what I feel in my gut is right, and I think this is. what it
I
is.
understand your point, and we have discussed that in the past where we actually had legal input and, the
Well, they said though
determination
nothing
less
was
than-
legally wrong, there were a lot of red flags.
Yeah, but they determined that he was not a full-time employee.
No, it's not a full-time.
Now, we also have to remember that we didn't elect John on the board, the townspeople did.
That is correct.
We did hire John as the IT director many, many, many years ago, and there's never
Never
been.
gave him a contract as a selectman, though.
Hmm?
We never, the contract that Kevin and I negotiated with him before was when he was not a selectman.
Okay,
And then he's decided to run for selectman in an open seat, but again, it's very,
yeah, I understand your point too, Bob. Hopefully you understand mine, where I'm trying to, really believe that we need to close this equity gap. We also want to retain our contract with this current individual, because if we don't have a contract, we could lose them. And it's gonna be, as we noted, extremely expensive to get a replacement.
I understand that, but I have to go with what I feel is right. Okay, that's where I sit.
And I believe John's seat is good for one more year, 2 years, one more year
This
after
year and another.
2027, yeah.
Yeah.
So next March, not this coming March, but next March will be up.
I have to say, I agree with Bob. It's not, I think John is great at IT, but I do feel it's a conflict. You're an IT person, you have your opinion. I have had IT people approach me who feel the same way I do. So, again, I find it to be a conflict of interest. So that's how I'm probably going to vote.
All right. With the understanding that we are going into next year without a contract with our IT director.
Yes.
When does his contract end?
The end of this year,
End of this year,
December 31st, yep.
December 31st.
December 31st, we will no longer have a contract with our IT director. That's an exposure.
I feel, that we can't go into January 1st without IT director, let alone without an IT director that's put as much into the town as this particular IT director. And that every time there's been an IT discussion, he has backed out of the vote and appropriately not voted on it, but has given us additional information. Usually he gives that to the town administrator, and they've discussed it before it hits us, like all other information that the town administrator brings to us. I don't believe that there's been a time where he has been able to have a fight with her about, what he thinks about IT, and then come across and say, but I'm your boss. So I don't know that that is actually occurring. I'm leaning on the side of keeping the IT person that we have, that we know, that we're able to provide everything that we do to the town, and not hold that against the chair of the select board.
I'm not holding against the chair of the select board.
No, but it would be one or the other.
No,
Yeah.
I feel when he decided to run for Board of Selectmen, that was a decision he made, and that's fine, but
I
it
don't
is a
think-
conflict of
I don't
interest.
think he did, yeah. I don't think he thought of it that way.
I would never hire, that would not happen in some businesses that I work for, most businesses. There's a conflict. So, like I said, I think he's very good at what he gets, he's great at what he does. but-
So I think we're at 2-2. So what does that do?
Call the vote. You gotta call
All right.
Just just quick feedback. I've been on the contract since 2017.
2017, all right. Thank you.
Were you ever a selectman in a IT contract?
I was a selectman, I was getting a stipend at the time.
So it has occurred in the past as well. So he
That-
had
that
no
was-
reason to think that running
It was
as a
done by
Fair,
selectman.
but that was a different Board of Selectmen.
Right, but he had no reason to think that by running,
That's
or
fine.
as a selectman, it would
Okay,
fine.
so
endanger his.
with,
We can appoint
with the
contract
understanding, we're gonna
Jason.
call for a vote, and it's gonna go
Jason
2-2 and
Hook
fail.
and Jason
But,
left.
or possibly, I'm just assuming.
Wow, you're
Um,
assuming?
I'm assuming. So then, if we table this, the next time it'll be brought up is when we are past the contract and we have a new board next March, which could be the same board. Which would then put us in a stalemate for another year or two.
Well, you can't table.
Do you want to amend the contract so that it is more clearly written as far as his behavior in different roles? Would that be helpful? No? Okay.
I think we need to hire an IT director.
So really, you're requesting that either he steps down from one of these two positions,
No. I'm not asking any
or
steps
go
down.
without a contract for over a year. And that's putting the town at risk.
I didn't put the town at risk. I wouldn't have hired this, not the person himself, but I wouldn't put any company at risk doing this. So whatever
let's
Board of
remember-
Selectmen did this,
Remember,
that they
the
think differently than I do.
townspeople voted for John to be on the Board of Selectmen.
That's okay.
We did not.
Did
Well,
they?
you might have, I don't know.
I don't know.
I'll tell you honestly, I never vote for anybody on the board because I'm a board member and I just don't feel, I like to keep that clear. But we didn't, if you did or did not, we did not vote to put John on this board. It was the townspeople that decided they wanted John on this board.
They also
That's-
voted for us to make decisions, so
Yeah.
again,
Let's just call the vote.
Yep, all right. Let's call a vote. I'll make a motion to offer our current IT director, Mr. John Brunel, a contract from January 1st, 2026, ending December 31st, 2030, for gross installment of $684 per week with a 2% annual increase over the next 5 years.
I second that.
Okay. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Right?
Motion fails 2-2. We might need to speak with legal about how to move forward with this. Thank you, John.
Sorry, I was going through a history lesson of how long I've been doing this.
It's a long time.
It looks like I actually had my first contract in 2015, and I was a sitting member of the board at the time, and I believe I also was chair at the time. So,
10 years.
all right.
Moving on.
Thank you very much. We'll move on. Next up is going to be the town administrator report. I think you'd like to do something there,
Sure.
Karen? Get some updates for us?
All right, so, Kim gave this, to me last week, an additional information by request. So the New Hampshire has received an initial payment of close to $8 million from the 3M Company's nationwide PFAS settlement of public drinking water systems claims. Funds will be deposited into the State Drinking Water and Groundwater Trust Fund for distribution to public drinking water systems across the state. According to the Insurance Journal, September 25th, 2025, the $8 million payment is the first installment of New Hampshire's approximately $56 million allocation before attorney's fees and litigation costs of settlement funds from the first phase of the 3M settlement, with an additional allocation of funds scheduled sometime after 2026. A second larger payment of the first phase is expected near the end of the year, with subsequent smaller annual payments continuing through 2033.
So town doesn't get anything direct.
No. The New Hampshire Department of Revenue has sent yellow postcards to a sample of Litchfield residents. See below. This is a normal part of the assessment review process. They're evaluating that the assessors have collected data correctly, and we are evaluating properties consistently. A posting of the town hall hours below has been posted on the website and town hall. We will also include it in the newsletter. And so that's our holiday hours.
Yeah, so 2025 holiday hours are Wednesday, December 24th, 7:30 a.m. to 2 p.m. Thursday, Christmas Day, closed. Friday, December 26th, closed.
And then last year, Kevin Brown and Kim had started working with CEI, Comprehensive Environmental, Inc., on the necessary reviews and assessments for compliance with the MS4 permit. The first document below, the LID/GI regulatory assessment, will be forwarding to the planning board for further discussion. The second document, the operation and maintenance, O&M plan, is an internal document that outlines our operating procedures going forward. We would ask that the board review them and let us know of any concerns or changes you would like. We are currently working on scheduling an information system with CEI on MS4 stormwater changes to be held the week of November 17th. We will notify boards, commissions, and departments in the event they would like to attend. And then community profiles, New Hampshire Community Profiles provides information on the 234 incorporated cities and towns in the state of New Hampshire. And below is the information for the town of Litchfield. The website also contains a community profile comparison, which allows users to choose different towns and view statistics on population, age, educational attainment, median income, housing units, property taxes, and various labor force statistics.
And before you go on, if anybody's watching wants to know what that is, it's www.nhes.gov/EIMI/products/CP.
And then please see the trustees of the trust funds report for September below.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Karen.
I had somebody approach me with a little concern when they got the yellow postcard in the mail.
Yeah, I wish we got a little bit of a heads up that was on the mail, but I know we knew it was coming, but. All right, next up is Selectmen reports. Just starting with Mr. Leary.
Rec meets tomorrow night. They've been moving the geese at the Dare Pond, that's about the biggest thing going on. The swans, I should say, not the geese, the swans to help remove the geese, and they added 2 more, so.
Is
They
it
seem to be
working?
doing the trick, though, as long as they get out there and move them.
Gonna get
That's George
remote
Lavash.
controlled.
He's
that?
like
Get some
amazing.
radio controlled
That's what they
swans.
need, but they have weights, I guess, and the weights go down to the bottom to hold them in place or whatever, but they have
He's
4
doing
there now,
Going on
so
his canoe doing it, right?
it's pretty cool.
To it.
George Lavash is
Yeah,
doing
that's what I
it.
said.
Conservation's working together. They work together on a lot of stuff.
Anything else, Bob?
Yeah, no, not really. We meet tomorrow night, so I'm sure there'll be some fun stuff.
All right, Ms. Plansky.
The Conservation Commission also meets next week, first Thursday of the month, a week from this Thursday, in the conference room here at 6:30, I believe. I don't think it's been moved for budgets.
Next
This month
Thursday's
coming up.
here.
It's here. They're currently moving the sets of swans installed at Darra to ward off the geese. They're doing the final mowings and cleanups of the community garden and the other areas that they service. The Route 3A cleanup is coming up in 2 weeks. And we also, we've talked as a commission, they have talked about getting a warrant article for keeping the field rent.
I saw some people cleaning the northern part of the town the other day. That wasn't conservation?
No. Mm-mm.
No, that was Warren. I saw it was Warren was there. Warren's Auto.
Really?
Warren, I'm pretty sure it was Warren Adams. Yeah.
Really?
That's
I
all I
didn't see
recognized
it.
when I drove by.
I'm not sure. Whoever it was, thank you
Yeah.
for picking up trash. We appreciate it. I try to never leave home without a bag. It's true. So that was something we had talked about, and it brought up the discussion of the field over by the river access still being managed by conservation. And we had some discussion about changing it so that it was more apparent to people, even though I thought it was pretty clearly stated.
It states in the first paragraph, and then it says the whole property, then it's clearly like 2 paragraphs down or 2
But yeah, so
sentences
just
down.
change it, so if Kim wants to do that, I have no objection to that. But those 2 amounts right now go to the general fund, and Kim and I are needing to meet on that too. That's part 2 of our conversation, to decide whether we wanted to put a revolving fund in for conservation funds. So she and I need to get together for that. But we do want to put a warrant article together for it. So that hopefully will happen
So
beginning of next week, so.
So the fees collected from at least fields will go into conservation fund, is that?
Mm-hmm. Yep, because we manage the properties and we spend money on the tractors and all that
And
stuff
right
to
now,
take care
was
of
it
them.
just a general?
It goes into the general fund.
Yeah.
So
This
it
is-
just kind of puts it back. It's $2,000 a year. It's not a large amount of money.
Well,
And
at this point, it gives you the ability to at least use the funds. 'Cause right now, you can't use it if it goes general funds.
right, right. So that would be something Kim and I are gonna talk about again.
So that'll actually be the current river access, John Briar River access, and then it'll also be DeRoche's.
DeRoche's property, right, so it ends up being 2,000 total, including DeRoche's
Okay.
property, because we're looking to get, some kind of a, quid pro quo with Alverin, so that they do some of the work that needs to be done down there.
Yep.
There's some work that has been
Yep.
let go, for quite some time, that needs to be cleaned up and
Okay.
hog brushed, and,
I like the idea.
yeah, bittersweet, and there's stuff that can be fixed down there, ditches that need to be.
Need some goats.
We'd love to have some goats. We really would. If
They'll clean it out.
anybody that wants, we also have,
Rent a goat.
we have poison ivy issues too, and
Leafy
they
poison ivy.
love poison ivy. I would love to have some goats.
It's candy to
Um,
them.
We had a wonderful meeting at the Heritage Commission, the 275th anniversary of the country that we're going to be doing here. It was wonderful. It was really good. At the last Selectmen's meeting, I begged for people to come, and they came in droves. So I appreciate you all.
250th, right?
250? Is it 250 or 275?
250th.
250, right, because it's 78. All right, I get it. Because one's the town and one's yeah. So yes, it's going really well. Chairman was elected. She didn't step forward when everybody else stepped back. She's going to do a great job. Don't have her name right here. I know her, but
Nicole
don't.
Beauregard, is it?
Who was it?
Nicole Beauregard?
Yes. And she's going to be wonderful. She dug right in. She got groups together already. She was up at the whiteboard, and then we have our treasurer and our secretary and everything we needed. Kim, thank you for coming. Appreciate you for being there.
I have to go
Um,
to that.
Appreciate it, we really do.
When do they meet again? It's after the
We meet,
Heritage
we're gonna
meeting,
meet
but I
every
don't know
month
when
at
that
this
is.
point, maybe more, but every month right after Heritage, and Heritage is like a 15-minute meeting. So
So
there's
know when
lots to
that
talk
is.
about, everybody in town putting some kind of a project through, and it's gonna be wonderful. I'm really excited, I'm really happy.
So I was also asked to include the 250th in the meeting schedule for recordings.
Oh, really?
That came from that group asking for the meetings to be
I think we
broadcasted.
should, if we can afford to do it.
Yeah,
It was about an hour and a half meeting.
the operator gets paid 2 hours, whether he's there 15 or 2 hours. So,
Oh, that would be great.
So.
So, yeah, he's like 15 minutes, he's
Yeah.
doing the regular Heritages,
Okay.
unless there's somebody coming up about a demolition of an old,
Right, there's not a lot going on.
yeah, but I mean, there's even talk about having a powwow, which looks really cool. There's an Indian group that's gonna be doing one down on the Cape, and they're talking about bringing that in too, so it's just really, it has every ability to be a wonderful, wonderful event with all the wonderful people that showed up. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we had like 24 people.
Yeah, we had a ton.
People, yeah.
It was awesome. It was so good. And the fact that we now have a leader, and she's really organized, we just need to all step up and support her.
Well, if it goes well, you can start planning the Litchfield 300th, which is 9 years from now,
Wow, okay.
1734.
All right, is that it, Diane?
Yes, that's all my stuff. I think
All
that's
right,
all my
I
stuff.
will go in order of the dates. Economic Development Committee meets Wednesday, the 29th. We went over the final report. There were edits. I did them all. I worked with Kim on grabbing a couple of financial pieces as well. I'd added 3 more pages to it. They wanted the information, so it's there. So they have it now, and they have the before report, the after report, the changes they wanted, so they could compare what it is. So hopefully that finally goes away on Wednesday. That would be nice. Because if it doesn't go away on Wednesday, then we're into Christmas Eve. You know what I mean? Again, we're in that same scenario, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and we just need this to be done. All right. After that, SIP meets next Monday, I think, November 3rd, 6:30 PM here at the Town Hall. Let's see, what is that? November 14th is the health impacts of POFA. That'll be November 14th, it's a Friday. Hopefully they will send me the link again. I don't have to keep fighting for security to get through. NRPC has its full commission meeting on November 19th at NRPC's headquarters, 30 Temple Street in Nashua. And then I was going to bring up the 250th, which I already did, so thank you. That's all I have.
And the only thing I have is the Budget Committee and FIC, which have not met since the last time we met. So they're coming up. Next Budget Committee is gonna be November 13th, and the FIC is the 14th, I believe, or 15th, so, but nothing else from me. Any other items for tonight? We do have
Not
one
with
more
me.
Steve, did you remember the planning board meeting?
I did. But I feel guilty. I've been out of town so often. Planning board was actually,
That's my excuse, by the way.
last week, we met the planning board, a couple discussions. One is around duplexes, a discussion on what really defines a duplex. Should they be adjoining walls? Should they be adjoining basement walls? What should it be? Something more than a small roof. This is gonna be a ongoing topic, I'm sure. We actually had a couple residents sit in and express their opinions. Second one is Colby Farm. That's Mr. Charbonneau's planned development or mixed-use development on the corner of Albuquerque and CBH. Provided some additional conceptual drawings. They're going to be 2-bedroom townhouses, very similar to what is on Callow Court or Rose Meadow. It will contain 2 commercial buildings, about 9,000 square feet each. One is definitely going to be a daycare, childcare center. The second one is to be determined, but he believes he'll probably have his rental office in there, at least initially. He's gonna build the commercial areas along with so the way the planning board is, you have to have so much of the commercial done before you could have the residential. We don't want all residential going in, and then somebody saying, oh, you know, I have no need for commercial. He's going to build, I believe, the commercial area first, as he's building their townhouses. They look pretty nice, you know, it looks nice work. He said he's putting in almost $1 million just in landscaping.
I heard, yeah.
The other item we discussed is, for the town ballot, number one would be the increase of the ADU size to align with the state's. The state has new sizes of 950 square feet, and I believe ours is 800. We haven't decided if 950 is gonna be it, maybe 1,000, it's just, we have to do something to get on.
Shouldn't that go before the town?
It will have,
It would be on the warrant.
Oh, warrant article, I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
warrant
okay.
article. The second one that'll have to be on the warrant article is another definition of how do you measure an ADU? We've heard two different opinions. One measures staircases and closets like you do your house, and the other one, you do not count staircases and closets. So an example, the ZBA had a local contractor come in and request a variance to increase to 929 square feet. However, that did not include the staircase and closets, so the overall space was over 1,100. So we have to come up with a clear definition. Does that include, right now I think it just says heated livable space, but you don't live in a closet, you don't live in a staircase. But at your home, that counts towards your taxes. That's, you know, it's the
It
envelope.
should be the same.
Should be the same.
Yeah.
So that's something I think we're going to have that on, warrant article for a definition of how to measure an ADU. Energy Commission, we haven't met. I'm not sure. I'll have to look, find out what the next meeting is.
I don't think there's one scheduled at this point.
I'm gonna be out of town for the next planning board meeting, unfortunately, and probably for the next Board of Selectmen meeting.
Okay.
That's it. That's it.
All right. That's it for selectmen reports. Open the floor for a second public input. There is no public, so I'll open and close at 7:28. We have one more state business as another non-public. So I'm gonna make a motion that we go into non-public under RSA 91A:3, Roman numeral 2, Section A, the dismissal, promotion, or compensation of any public employee or the discipline of such employee, or the investigation of any charges against him or her unless the employee affected, one, has the right to the meeting, and two, requests the meeting to be open, in which the request shall be granted. Do I have a second to the motion?
So maybe.
Second by Mr. Leary. All those in favor say aye. Aye. So we'll be going into non-public at, like I said, 7:29. We'll only be coming out of non-public to close our regular business meeting. So that'll be it for this evening. Our next meeting is November 10th.